I just realized I need to plug in my microphone. Hello, hello. I am live, and right as I clicked go live, I realized I did not plug in my microphone. Not that it's necessary, but I feel like it sounds a lot better when it's coming through my microphone because this room is a little echoey. So bear with me. Say hi, say hello, hi, hello when you are here. Okay, I have my mic all plugged in. So, hello, hello. Hopefully you can hear me. Hi. Happy Wednesday. I was going to say Tuesday. I'm a day behind. Jessica here. Today I wanted to talk to you about gifts, not gifts, like the fun moving things. Two gifts that I've learned over the years that really changed the holiday season in my business. So, also just a reminder, today is the first Wednesday of December. So today is technically our Wednesday Q&A session. I didn't get any questions dropped into the feed, so if you have any during today's talk, just drop them in. I did want to still go live, especially about this topic, because when it comes to the holiday season, obviously as small business owners, we create our products, our paintings. There's just a great opportunity at some of like the best months of sales that we can have for our businesses. And with that comes, of course, a lot of stress, a lot of extra work and emotions and burnout and just all of these things. And I've been doing this since 2015 and now it's 2021. So all of those holiday seasons, I have learned something every year and taken it into the next year and then into the next year. So today I'm really sharing two important things that I know can be applied at any point in our art businesses, but I'm just speaking specifically at this point in time about the holidays because, again, busy time of year, busy season for all of us, and a great time to make some sales and just all of that. So again, say hi when you're here, and I'm going to get started. So number one of these two things, the first thing that I really learned and gave myself was to know that you're allowed to be tired. That it is okay if you're not operating at 100%, 24 hours a day. Like, it is okay and you're allowed to be tired. You can definitely take a day or two off if you need it, and things are not going to fall apart. You're not going to lose any momentum. And I know that a lot of us are, that's why we chose this as our business, because we are excited about it. We're passionate about it. We are high achievers, so we definitely want to make the most of this season and make the most of this prime time in our businesses. And the important thing is to be sure that you're giving yourself that time and just giving yourself that space, because that'll allow you to get remotivated and re-inspired. And for me, not to sound victim-y over the years, but I would really work nonstop during the holidays. I remember, it was from October to like the day until Christmas Eve. I was doing commissions. I was, fulfilling orders, designing calendars and painting ornaments. And it was just really this, I don't want to say havoc, but it really felt like, hi, I see someone's here. Say hi when you're popping in. But it really felt like I was working nonstop around this time of year. And so not allowing myself that gift of being allowed to be tired during this point in this year and taking that day off to really rest, going nonstop, I would tell myself, well, I could rest after the holidays. And what that would do, Obviously, at the end of the year, I wouldn't have my financials ready. So in January, I was catching up my financials and then doing my reflecting the end of January into February. And really, after the holidays, because I didn't allow myself that space to allow myself that time, even if it's just that quick break in between commissions, just that day of just having that downtime, it would really burn me out. So then after the holidays, when I would think, well, I can rest after the holidays, this will be fine, let's just get through the holidays, having that kind of mentality, that would leave me burned out. And then moving into January, I would feel a little bit behind because I would definitely take that time off in January, get my financials caught up, and then do the reflection. So then come February, mid-February, end of February, that was when I felt like I could get moving and get rolling and really was brought back to life at that point and took the rest that I needed. So instead of pushing yourself so hard, instead of not giving yourself that break and understanding you don't have to operate at 100% 24 hours a day. The holidays are busy in and of themselves, but being a small business owner during this time of year makes it just that much more going on. So be sure that you're at least just taking that space that you need so you're not burning yourself out, so you're not putting yourself behind come the next year. Okay? So just allowing yourself that extra day, that extra space, whatever it is you need, just to recognize that you're tired. You're not going to lose the momentum. You won't lose the sales. Just take that breather, because at the end of the day, that is going to allow you to be remotivated, re-inspired, and have that energy to show up at these pop-up events, at these sales, all of these things, just as your best self with all of that energy. So the second thing that this kind of moves into, like this whole topic also branches off into number 2, which is letting go of FOMO. Stop feeling like you need to be everywhere this time of year. My lighting is really off today. Sorry, sometimes if I get close to, there we go, kind of gets brighter and it's getting brighter and darker. Sorry if that's annoying if you're watching this. Letting go of that fear of missing out, because you're trying to do so much this time of year because you can, because there's so many shiny objects going on. And that thought of leaving money on the table, like if we aren't a part of this pop-up event, if we don't show up here, if we don't have this sale, if we don't close our online shop, or if we do close our online shop, then we're going to be missing out on all of these sales, or even just wanting to be everywhere. Because again, I remember this time of year after year, being just filled with havoc. And the reason was because I had FOMO. I was operating, to be honest, out of a place of fear. Like, if I'm not at this pop-up event, if I'm not showing up, or if I'm not maximizing, like I would feel like if I wasn't maximizing this time of year in every event, if I wasn't having all of the sales, then I was missing out, essentially. Or even like, what would it look like if I were to close my online shop the second week of December? Like, what would that look like? Would that look like a responsible business owner? And so really letting go of that feeling, of that emotion, and instead, to be honest, what made all the difference was when I started planning. And obviously, I'm sure that all of you do your planning, especially around this time of year, on what sales you're going to have, what events you want to be in, all these applications and these pop-ups, and all of these online all of your online sales and collection launches, all of those things. But also from a financial standpoint, to where I didn't feel like I needed to keep running around and just constantly getting as much as I can, in a way, like not leaving money on the table. If I were to have specifically planned, okay, this is when I'm closing my online shop, this is when I'm going to have this sale, this is my financial goal for the month, really establishing all of those things and really clinging to the plan having that plan in place, that would have allowed me sooner to let go of that FOMO, because all that was doing was draining my energy. Not only was I trying to be everywhere and do everything, I was not taking a break. So, what I really want you to do, even at the end of this season, you could do it this week, you can do it at the end of December, but really take the time to reflect on this season. I've got, hopefully that sound isn't, I've got someone moving our trash cans out back. Um, Take some time to reflect on this season and think to yourself, okay, what felt good? What did I do this year that I will do next year? What did I do this year that I'm not going to do this year? And really allow yourself to be honest and say, you know what? I had this and this, either it didn't work out or I really didn't enjoy it. I used to do so many pop-ups this time of year. I thought it was great, and it was great, like for networking and socializing and really getting some visibility on my name and my products. I did enjoy it. And then there came a point in time where I was like, this is too much for me. Like, this is wearing me out. And if I could have the same amount of sales one day that I'm having, like same amount of sales on my website that I'm having here in this pop-up, why, like what is the cost versus benefit? And I really sat with myself and really thought, okay, last December, last November, how many pop-ups was I a part of? Did that feel good? Financially, was it worth it? Opportunity-wise, was it worth it? Network-wise, all of those things. So really, the two gifts that I really learned over the years was basically that you're allowed to be tired. You're allowed to be tired, so give yourself that break. Do not feel bad about needing to take a break or a breather, because at the end of the day, that is going to work in your favor come January, come February, even at the end of this month. Even during these events, when you're seeing people and you're meeting people, really allowing yourself to not get burned out and just taking that space that you need, even if it's just for a day. Just recognizing that you're allowed to be tired. And number two, letting go of the FOMO and feeling like you need to be a part of every event and you need to have all of the things so that you're not leaving any money on the table or you're not losing any opportunities, and to stop chasing after all of those shiny objects just because they're there and available this time of year, because it is overwhelming. And again, this season can be an extremely overwhelming point in the year without being a small business owner. So again, just those two things I really wanted to share. I am going to probably go live tomorrow because I still have more things that I want to say in regards to this, but I hope you all have a great Wednesday afternoon. I'm pretty excited because tonight Matt and I are actually having a Van Gogh inspired meal. There's a hotel. Sorry, I'm going off on a tangent here, but there's a restaurant here that we have right now, the Van Gogh experience going on here in St. Louis. And there is a restaurant that is having like a 4-course meal or 3-course meal that is Van Gogh themed, which is part of this like experience. And so we're going to that tonight, and I'm pretty excited about that. So I'll have a fun Wednesday, but I hope everyone also has a great rest of the day, and I will chat with you soon. All right.